Hey guys, Ewok Plays here, and today welcome back to another career simulation of Ray Goman. Today is our bye week. We have a couple of things to do. First, by answering this. What do I want to do? We're going to stay grinding. I feel like upgrades could be huge to us. But stamina is a big no-no. So, weekly strategy for the bye. I don't know what this is, but we're going to try it. Defensive plan, we're going to do half pads. And then offensive plan, we're going to do half pads and backups for Lamar Jackson as well. Can't risk getting him hurt. I still would love these people to be our focus players, so that's what we're going to be doing. And let's just hope no one gets hurt before our game next week. Maybe even a small injury that they can recover before next week. I'm fine with that. Nobody on the offense, so that that's fine by me. No one is fatigued either, and then no one on the defense. We do have upgrade players. Who do we got? Josh Bynes, Ben Powers, who is our starting left guard, so we definitely do need to put something. We're going to put it on pass protector. Run protecting, too, is a little iffy with Ben Powers, but in real life, he's doing pretty good. And then Nick Boyle hasn't been really used in this offense really much, but we're going to put it on blocking because he could be, if Patrick Ricard ever goes down, we can use Nick Boyle as a backup fullback. But this is a contract year for him. Probably not going to re-sign him, but, I mean, he's had a great career. And then finally, before we go a deep dive into scouting, I did want to check out this playbook. This is the Kansas City Chiefs playbook. This is probably the scheme that we're going to be using. So I just wanted to see if there was any read option plays. Oh, yep. Okay, so there are options. There's a read option. Okay. I definitely think... I definitely think that this could be a good playbook to use. Especially if we can vertical, if we can audible to 4 verts. Why can't Lamar do this in the games? That's an easy touchdown. So, Kansas City Chiefs playbook is what we're going to be using. You know, we are a run-first team, which, I mean, I understand, but in this league, we need to focus more on the passing. And hopefully that makes us sign a star receiver in free agency. As for right now, we're going to be going over the deep dive of scouting for the remainder of the 20 minutes. For the next 20 minutes, actually. So, this is where our scouts are going to be. We have Alicia Tranquil as our cornerback and wide receiver scout. Andre Rison is a wide receiver and quarterback scout. Dwayne Miles is a middle linebacker and outside linebacker scout. And then Jim Richardson is a wide receiver and safety scout. If you couldn't tell, I'm diving deep into wide receivers. And then Layla Summers is our quarterback and middle linebacker scout. Region breakdown. Our focus position is wide receivers. So that's... I definitely need a wide receiver in the draft, but as you can see, there isn't any big receivers. The strengths are right end, quarterback, which could be a option if Lamar ever gets not re-signed. Left tackle, left tackle. And the weaknesses are left guard, center, and right guard. So the offensive line for the weaknesses. And then the top prospects are defensive end, quarterback Malcolm Brewer, a couple more defensive ends, and then quarterback Frank Johnson. For the West, I'm not going to go over all these, but that's just going to be the West, the Central, the Northeast, the Southeast, and that's it. But Looking through these, the Northeast definitely seems like the weakest. Weakest. What's it called? God, weakest region for prospects. So we're going to be going over the offensive side of things only. This is going to be the top 10, top 5. I definitely did want to see a mock draft. So mock draft 1 had us at pick number 28, taking Lionel Lucas at defensive tackle, who doesn't look too bad, I'm not going to lie. And then mock draft 2 had us at 20, taking a middle linebacker out of Miami. Again, the Ravens certainly know something about taking middle linebackers out of Miami. But if Lamar Jackson ever doesn't want to come back to Baltimore, we need to find a replacement. And I think that Malcolm Brewer is not going to be it, but Keelan Mays is probably the best quarterback of the class. Malcolm Brewer, let's see. Strength is good to great. So, I mean, it's an okay throw power. Actually, no. Throw power is great to elite. So he has great to elite throw power. Speed is okay. Other than that, you really don't know much for quarterback, but he does have A awareness, B deep accuracy, A short accuracy. What's his archetype? Do we know? Scrambler. So, I mean, but how fast was he? Speed is solid to good, so he's not very fast. So if we do need a Lamar Jackson lookalike, Malcolm Brewer could be it. As for Frank Johnson, I didn't really know. I don't know. He's an improviser with decent to solid speed. He only has good to great throw power, good to great strength. And then for his skills, C medium accuracy, B deep accuracy, C play action. But he does have A throw on the run and A under pressure. Frank Johnson, I don't know. He doesn't look too good. And he's old. He's 23. But Keelan Mays, he has 95% completion, 5% more, and we'll know where he ranks. He's a round 1 projection. We'll know his top talent. But right now, he's not fast at all. He sucks at speed, but he has great to elite throw power. And then his skills, A's and B's everywhere, pretty much. A play action, too. Scouting report could use some improvement of recognizing pressure. These are like his traits, player traits. He's an improviser out of Houston. He's only 21. I think he will be the best quarterback of the draft class. We'll come back to quarterbacks if we have time. But for running backs, the only one I want to look at is Keon Brown. He's a elusive back with B ball carrier vision and then solid to good speed. So he's not too good, but he does have a lot of route running that could be used. But he's a decent probably round 2 pick, if I had to guess. And we don't really need a running back, especially because we have 4. For fullback, Gordon Anthony's the only one we're going to look at. He has great to elite speed for a fullback, and then strength is awful. So maybe he's a tight end. I don't know. And then wide receiver is a big need for us. I don't see anyone that I need, that I want. Damon Clement is probably going to be the best wide receiver of the draft, in my opinion. But we're looking for a speedster, and Tyrone Carter has great to elite speed. What's his deep route running? He has A spectacular catch. Where's his deep route running? B deep route running. All right, Tyrone Carter is going to be added to my draft board. He has A spec catch and has great to elite speed with B release. So that's pretty good. I did want to look at Damon Clement. A catch in traffic. he's okay. He's not very fast. So he looks to be like a possession / route runner. I mean, he's physical. What's his spec catch? Only B spec catch. So if I had to guess, I would say Tyrone Carter will be better than Damon Clement. Damon Clement. Damon. I'm going to call him Damon. Which I understand. I'm probably going to take Tyrone Carter if I ever get the chance. I'm not going to let you get the chance. As for tight end, Britton Tate is going to be the best tight end of the class, I believe. A round 1 projection. Out of Alabama. Roll Tide. He just looks good. He doesn't look especially good, but he has a lot of A's. He has A spec catch. You know what? We're going to put Britton Tate on the draft board. We're definitely going to look at the combine, see how fast they are, but people like Britton Tate are pretty good. As for Dave Beckham, the left tackle, you really can't... He's called agile, great to elite speed, good to great strength. You really can't, other than looking at these at the skills, you can't really say anything about him. But Dave Beckham doesn't look too bad, you know. And then the other left tackle is Mitch Lowry. He's a power archetype, and speed is not very good. He doesn't look good at all, I'm not going to lie. Definitely is not a round 1 talent. For left guard, there hasn't been anyone, but Glenn Bush is someone that I had on my draft board. A awareness, A impact blocking, probably A to B pass and run block. Bad strength, bad speed, but he has good traits. So he might be a guy to go after in round 3 to 4. And then centers, I had Bryce Graham, round 2 to 3 talent, powerful, good to great speed, good to great strength. So, I mean, he's not too bad, and he has a lot of A's all over the place. So, Bryce Graham definitely does look pretty good. But there are also some other centers on the board as well. Right guard, I have Mike Woodson and Ben Burris starred. Mike Woodson, not fast, but is kind of strong. He looks okay. There's a lot of B to D's in there, so you really don't know what you're getting until you're fully scouted. Ben Burris out of UCF. High motor trait. He's pass protector. Doesn't really have speed or strength. But I could definitely see us taking a 3rd or 4th round pick on Ben Burris. And then finally for right tackle, I have Jonathan Jefferson starred. But I also want to look at Amari Chamberlain. Let's look at Jonathan Jefferson first. Agile archetype. He is agile. I'm not gonna lie. Speed isn't very good. Well, we'll have to see more about these offensive linemen. But right now, I think we have a great group of offensive linemen. And then Amari Chamberlain. He's also out of UCF. Great to elite speed. He doesn't look too bad. We're going to add him to the draft board. So we're going to look at the draft board right now. I'm going to make it right here. I think if we needed a quarterback, I think Keelan Mays would be perfect. But if we don't, we're going to put these people all the way down on the list. Actually, we're going to put them up before these day 3 projections. So Keelan Mays, then Malcolm Brewer. I think, we haven't looked at Kayvon Hayden or Marshall, but Kayvon Hayden, power back with a break tackle. Awful speed, but he has great to elite strength. Just a power back in day 3 if we ever needed one. This one is also a power back with a ball carrier vision, probably a break tackle if I had to guess. Awful speed, great strength. That's like the norm for these running backs. But definitely a pair of running backs to see if we needed. We're also gonna move Damon Clement up because I can definitely see us taking him. Tyler Morales, we also didn't look at. We didn't go too far down. He's a possession tight end with good to great speed. And he has A's everywhere. I'm not going to lie. He might be moved up. I'm going to move him up over these running backs. And then for the quarterbacks, they're in kind of no man's land. We'll have to see if Lamar gets re-signed or not. Cooper Ogburn, we also did not see. He's agile out of Miami. No, he's not bad either. Probably going to put him up here before these running backs. Left guard Glenn Bush we looked at. I like him a lot. Center Bryce Graham I'm going to put above Glenn Bush. I liked him. Mike Woodson and Ben Burris. I think I like Ben Burris a little bit more than Mike Woodson. Actually, no. It was the other way around. Mike Woodson, then Ben Burris. But I think I might want Tyler Morales over Ben Burris. So that's the way we're going to do that right now. Tyrone Carter is going to be at number 1. I think if we can grab him with his exactly where we pick, I think that would be great. Jonathan Jefferson doesn't look as good as the other prospects for the offensive line. Same thing with Amari Chamberlain. I don't think he's that great compared to Jonathan Jefferson and everyone else. And then Britton Tate, I would probably put here because I don't really need a tight end. We had a couple great ones. So here's my final draft board. We're gonna keep it this way until the off season, where we'll really need to know if these quarterbacks really. We're gonna put them all the way down the list for now, just because I don't think we'll need them. Hopefully, but our draft board is gonna be Tyrone Carter, Damon Clement, then Bryce Graham, Glenn Bush, Mike Woodson, a couple runs of offensive linemen, Tyler Morales, who I think could be quite good, Ben Burris, Jonathan Jefferson, a couple linemen, even though we really don't need linemen. But, I mean, what else are we going to get for this offense? Britton Tate, a couple running backs, and then the quarterbacks. So, if we can upgrade this team with wide receivers, I think that would be very, very good. For now, that's going to complete the bye week. We're going to sim next week. Week 11, we are home against the Panthers. This should be an easy win, but we don't know. We got a couple scouting. Weekly strategy. No upgrades this week, but we have a prospect scout spotlight and a scouting focused player. So definitely a big week next week against the Panthers, who are 5-5 and still have Christian McCaffrey. So guys, I'll see you next week. Guess what, guys? We didn't lose this week. Oh man. See you guys.